And it's live. Hey guys, Goggsy here, and welcome back to Matchday Live with Pass the Mic. Today I've been joined by Ramage. How's it going, mate?
Right, lads.
Good stuff. And today we have been graced with two football matches from the Scottish Premiership as Livingston take on Rangers and Hamilton take on St Johnstone. These games were meant to be played at the weekend just past there. However, St Johnstone and Livingston were both battling it out for the Betfred Cup, in which St Johnstone won 1-0. Ramage is taking on the winners of the Cup as they play Hamilton, and I'm watching the runners-up play against Rangers. So how are you feeling ahead of tonight's game that you're covering, Jamie?
It's, to be honest, Hamilton and St Johnstone, it doesn't seem like a glamour fixture, does it? But I actually can see this being a decent game. St Johnstone will be on a high after winning the Betfred Cup. Hamilton are trying to stay in the Premier League. So, you know, I think there'll be goals in this game, actually. It's hard to call where it's going to go because when some team has, like, if they win a cup final or whatever, they'll just underperform the next game. So maybe that might affect St Johnstone a wee bit. Plus, I don't think the record at New Douglas is particularly great either. So if I was to call a prediction, I'm going to say 2-1 to Aki's in this game.
Interesting stuff. Didn't it was a bit of a goal fest there earlier on in the season. Going on the overview, in the last two games or previous two meetings, St Johnstone drew 0-0 with Hamilton at McDiarmid, but St Johnstone won 5-3 at Hamilton in October. So
yeah,
you never know.
I think a lot of, certainly over recent seasons at New Douglas, I think, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it's always been like a sort of 1-0 draw or 1-0 to Hamilton. You know, it's very scrappy. So, but yeah, I could see this being an Aki's win tonight because I think they'll be fired up, and St Johnstone just, the cup final might take its toll. Yeah. So, but it could be interesting at the bottom.
Well, Aki's haven't beaten St Johnstone since May 2019, so maybe there will be a difference in terms of form tonight. But hopefully, as a Motherwell fan, I'm hoping that St Johnstone can just get the win and Hamilton have another game less to go before they run out of time, because I'm just praying that the teams below us drop points, because it's all about staying in the league for us at the moment. Of course, before we go any further, yesterday, unfortunately, Ian St John passed away. Motherwell legend. Don't care about Liverpool. Don't care about his time at Liverpool, but he was an absolute saint of steel when he was at Motherwell. 80 goals he scored in 113 matches. I doubt you'll see a record like that in Scottish football at this current time. But yes, it's something absolutely outrageous. And unfortunately, it's no longer with us. But yes, thank you, John Mitchell, for the wee mention there. First of all, we'll look through all the comments, see if there's anything with substance that someone said. Hello, Greg, Sean, Luke, hello, David Heady, Edward McLean, hello, how's it going, mate? And Joseph. Yep, there's quite a few topics that we're going to be discussing tonight. The main one that's just come out today is that Scottish Cup will be returning to screens because no one's going to be able to go to the matches from the 23rd of March. So in 20 days, that's when the first games are back. We've got one tie from the first round and then got basically most of the second round replays to be played. Looking forward to it.
Did you get your opponents confirmed, or Formerton and Annan not played yet?
They've not played yet. So probably 23rd that's played. And as for Livingston versus Rangers, Livingston completely shat themselves on Sunday Like they have to come back and show that they are actually worth backing for the fans, because like I think they had one attempt at a goal on Sunday and they did nothing.
Is that it?
I think that was it.
I mean, I saw the goal that St Johnstone scored, Sean Rooney's goal. I mean, Livingston should have done better at defending the corner, in my opinion. But I can't comment on the rest of the game because I didn't watch it. But it sounded really, really scrappy. So
it was not a cup final, mate. Like it was cup final by name, but not cup final by nature. Like, but going into tonight's game, of course, Rangers still unbeaten this season in the league. Livingston have only won one game out of their last 5. I think Livingston are they're about to hit freefall. It's got to that stage. They sort of have to stop the rot, and I mean they're not confirmed to be in the top 6 yet. Although, if they get a point tonight, they've pretty much confirmed it.
I think what the same with St Mirren as well. I think for Livy and St Mirren, the saving grace is Dundee United are playing Celtic on Sunday. So, realistically, on paper, that's a game Dundee United will lose. So, but then again, you just don't know. So, it's going to be quite it's going to be quite an end to the pre-split, if you like.
Yeah, it's going to be quite exciting. It's a bit of a race for the top 6, because 6th place is still very much up for grabs. But even 5th place, within reason, is still not out of the question. Yes, good result for yourself last night, Jamie.
We were watching the game, me and my dad, and then the stream kind of stopped halfway. Well, for us anyway, it stopped halfway through at 1-0. So I missed like the end of the end of the first half and the start of the second half. So I missed about half an hour of the game, but eventually caught up with the goals. And it was a pretty good performance from Dundee. Bit of a nervy last 10 minutes, but I'll take 2-1 over Inverness. So.
Absolutely. So let's crack on with the team lineups. First of all, we'll start with the Livingston Rangers game. For Livingston, it is Stryjek in goal, Devlin, Fitzwater, Guthrie, Serrano, Bartley as captain, friend of the channel, Holt, Sibbald, Pittman, Mullen, and Riley. And for Rangers, McGregor, Patterson, Golson, Hollander, Barisic, Kamara, Davis, Arfield, Aribo, Kent, and Morelos. Now, I'm going to go with a bold prediction here. I'm going to say it's going to be a 2-each draw, because I think what's going to happen is Livingston are going to come back and they are going to be really good, really tough to beat, and they'll try and actually be more Livingston than they were on Sunday, because St Johnstone out Livingston on Sunday, and like they couldn't deal with it. But on this hand, I think Livingston. I think a lot of people may agree with me because of their surface. I mean, when they play at home, they're a lot more formidable, and I think that they'll cause Rangers some problems tonight. I mean, they did that with Celtic, but every team's caused problems for Celtic this season. But it'll be a very, very tough affair, I think. But I think this is going to be the type of scenario where Livingston gets something against Rangers, but then lose something against Motherwell. I'm hoping anyway. But there we go. James Man 9 says 0-0. FA says, me and friend of the channel, Marvin Bartley, should be the thumbnail. Same as last time, says James. 1-0 Rangers, 1-0 Hamilton, says John Mitchell. Edward McLean says, I'm a Celtic fan. We're going to drop points against Dundee United. I'm hoping I'm wrong, but honestly, don't see us winning against them. So I can see Rangers winning it on Sunday.
United will fancy their chances on Sunday, to be honest. I think anyone will say that when they're playing Celtic. So, well, just now anyway. So.
Greg Livingston, Motherwell play Annan or Formerton United, the winner of that tie.
So, I'll just run through the team lineups in the Akis and Johnson game as well. In goal for Akis is Ryan Fulton, and then outfield they've got O'Doffin, Martin, and Easton. It looks like they're playing three at the back. Midfield they've got Lee Hodson, Ross Callahan, Martin, Charlie Trafford, and McMahon. And up front they've got David Moyo and Anderson. So it looks like they're playing a 3-5-2 formation. And then for St Johnstone, in goal is Xander Clark, and outfield is Kerr, Gordon, McCart, and also looks like three at the back from what I can see on this. Sean Rooney, Craig Bryson, Liam Craig, Scott Tanzer, and then David Wolverson, Guy Melamed, and up front Stevie May. It looks like St Johnstone have gone like with an attacking approach, looking at their formation. 3-4-2-1 they're playing apparently. So yeah, I could see why Akis have parked the bus for this, but I think if Akis defend well, they might just get that brace to go forward and stick the ball in St Johnson's net. So try and frustrate them a wee bit. So
the thing is,
I could just see this being really scrappy.
There is still a lot on the line for St Johnstone, because if St Johnstone win, I think they go into 6th place. Correct me if I'm wrong. So, and this is one of St Johnstone's games in hand. I mean, if St Johnstone, I think they've got 3 games left. If St Johnstone win 2 of their 3 games left, I think they will be confirmed for top 6.
Who have they still got to play
They've got Hibs at home on Saturday. I think St Johnstone will beat Hibs on Saturday as well. I need to think. Someone in the chat will probably help us out here. Not that prepared. Great.
Hibs on Saturday, then Ross County at McDermott.
Yeah.
The 20th of March.
Oh,
so
yeah. I can see them getting 7 points. They can get 7 points out of the 9 that's available. Quite easy. So I'm going to predict a 2-0 win for St Johnstone tonight. So, what did you go for, Ramage?
I said 2-1 Akis. I just think St Johnstone will be having a hangover from the cup final. So it just always happens. So teams do that. So
my bad, Jamie Melville. Sorry about that.
And plus, I've got St Johnstone on my coupon. So yeah, I can see them not winning this, to be honest. But I wouldn't be surprised if they did, because of course they will be heavy favourites for it.
Yeah. Do I think Liam Kelly should be in the Scotland squad? Absolutely. I get asked this everybody stream. Yeah. Make it happen. Hello, Christopher. How's it going tonight, mate? Sheriffy says, I was playing fives with Calvin Bassey's brother today and his footballs got booted over the fence. He said whoever got them would get a Barisic match-worn top. I got one and my mate got the other. Brilliant. But he said to his brother that he is a big Croatian Rangers fan, so he's getting the top. All right, okay.
That's the St Johnstone players out.
Yeah, and the teams are about to come out here as well. Yeah, I do sit corrected. Someone else has corrected me. I'm just looking at the table now.
There's the Hamilton players.
Aye, so you've got so if St Johnstone win the night, they go 7th. That was my bad. And then they've got to win their last 2. And Livingston have 4 games left, so they've got lots of space to make up for it. Dundee United have 2 games, and they play Celtic on the weekend.
Celtic and Aberdeen's United's last 2 games.
God. That's Ganton. Yeah. Also, we're going to go quickly to Coupon Corner for a whistle-stop tour. Ramage, what have you got on tonight?
Hang on, just give me a minute.
Okay, I'll start proceeding.
You go first. Yeah, you go first.
I've gone for a wee coupon on the two Scottish Premiership matches. Rangers to win over 2.5 goals, which probably might not even happen. 5 Rangers corners and 20 Livingston booking points at 5-1, tied with 2 goals in the Hamilton St Johnstone game, 3 corners each team, and 30 match booking points. And that accumulated 20-1. Put a fiver on it.
Yeah, I've got Aston Villa to beat Sheffield United, Leicester to beat Burnley, Rangers to beat Livy, St Johnstone to beat Hamilton, Watford to beat Wickham, and later on, 7:45 kickoff, Sheffield Wednesday to beat Rotherham. I'll get 65 quid if it comes in for £2.50 stake.
Rotherham are a sacky team. Like every time I bet against Rotherham, they always win.
Yeah, same with me, to be honest. But I could see Sheffield Wednesday winning that.
Fair game, indeed. So the game's underway at Livingston, as it's Livingston shooting.
Yeah, Aki's have a early corner, I think.
Excellent.
43 seconds in.
There we go. We only need 5 more corners.
Oh no, it's a free kick. Sorry, I didn't see that foul because I was doing Coupon corner. But Aki's have a free kick. It's kind of in a position where they can just cross it in. So a bit of early defending to do for St Johnstone.
The Monk Dundee United before the game were only 2 points ahead of St Johnstone, so St Johnstone can leapfrog Dundee United with a win tonight.
Oof. And now Aki's have the first corner of the game. Just gonna
there we go.
There we are.
Yeah. Is that better? Yeah, that's much better. We'll go with that. Oliver Jones always predicts Rangers to win 4-0 without fail. Got to respect the hustle. David Martindale seems to be sweating. Should we discuss the World Cup bid that the UK and Ireland? Yeah, what do you think about that, Ramage?
Yeah, I've certainly heard about that, but I don't know. I don't know what I think about it because I've not looked at it in detail. But certainly I'd be for it if it does get the go ahead.
Yeah,
I mean,
it'd be good to actually afford the World Cup because Scotland being a host nation. Although what they're doing is they are enlarging the tournaments, but it's going to be groups of 3 teams. So Scotland will only have 2 games in the group. So, I'm a bit on the side of that. There's going to be 1 less game to go to. However, there's a chance that there's an even better because I think it's the top 2 that goes through and just the 3rd place team that goes out.
I mean, I don't know how. Well, is it just England that they're doing it, or would it be England, Wales? Is it across like the whole UK?
No, it's like England, Wales, Scotland, Northern Ireland,
Wales,
and the Republic of Ireland. So it'd be like Windsor Park, the Aviva Stadium in Ireland, and then probably I would say maybe even Murrayfield and Hampden in Scotland, the Millennium Stadium in Wales, and then a host of a few in England.
They'll use like Wembley, Old Trafford, grounds like that, perhaps. So I think England will obviously get the better share of it. So
yeah, but so I'm assuming that'll mean that Scotland will automatically be qualified.
That's what I was going to ask. So will all 4 or 5, if you count the Republic of Ireland, will they all just qualify for the 2030 World Cup?
I find it very bizarre because I don't know how I feel about going through the whole or not going through the whole qualification process. It's 1-0 Burnley against Leicester.
Fuck. Is it? Oh shit! I'm down already.
Yeah. I think they need to polish up the idea before they even bid it.
Ackies have started this game quite brightly. Actually, they've had a few chances, but St Johnstone have dealt with them quite well. But it's a bright start. So if Accies keep this up, they may get something out of this game. Considering they've parked the bus, I didn't expect such an attacking start from them.
Christopher, we've literally just discussed it. I don't know how I feel about it. In all honesty, I don't even plan in advance either. Like, I don't even know what I'm doing next week, let alone like potentially next decade. They might use Ibrox because it's a UEFA 5-star ground. Maybe. Oh, if they use Ibrox, they'll have to use Parkhead as well.
Jordan have a free kick here. One of the Accies players just totally kicked David Waterspoon there.
Hopefully that's a good ball into the box.
Well defended. Oh, that's a foul. Well, I don't know how the ref didn't give that. Just totally pushed the St Johnstone boy there after the free kick's been taken.
Omar Pimpson's asked, Ramage, where did you get your haircut?
At home. I knew somebody would notice. Yeah, I got it done earlier today, so.
Got it especially for the stream.
Exactly. Wasn't even done.
That's a foul. Alright, no problem, Christopher. They might use Tynecastle because they haven't used. Anyways. They should build a new Hampden in Stirling, 50k for it. Not for. They should go. They should try for like 65 or 70,000. In my opinion, because 50,000 is a lesser capacity. And let's have a different name to Hampden as well. Let's be creative. There's one for the comments. What would you name the new national stadium if they were to start plans for it tomorrow?
Yeah, that's a good shout. Well, it would need to be dependent on the location. So, I can't think off the top of my head, but like, say if they were going to do it, I'll just use this as an example. If they were going to do it in Edinburgh or Aberdeen or somewhere, then they should name a new stadium that's relevant to that place. If you get what I mean. I don't know. It would just seem appropriate in my opinion. But
Sheriff, you want to use this Caledonia Park? That makes it sound like your sort of camper-down park, doesn't it?
It just sounds like somebody's just taken the name out of Inverness's ground, because it's called the Caledonian Stadium.
Maybe he's wanting to put it up in Inverness.
Maybe.
I've not even thought of a name yet. Parkhead Point. Fuck up with that. Nothing Old Firm related. Probably need a corporate sponsor, so the Tenants Stadium.
If they were to do it in Perth, they should call it the Fair City Stadium. That's probably the best one I could think of, because Perth's known as the Fair City. Only got that idea because I'm watching St Johnstone just now, so. That'll be a good question that Tam Cowan should ask on Off the Ball. If you were to name the new national stadium, what would you call it?
Tartan Park is a shoot from the Monk. Bannockburn Stadium. That has heritage behind it. Joseph Coyle has thought of that because of the Battle of Bannockburn.
The Wallace Arena, if it's in Stirling.
I'd definitely struggle to go to Scotland games in Inverness. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
Oof.
What's just happened?
Yeah, it was good play by St Johnstone there. A good ball in by Scott Tanzer. But I don't know who the forward was, but he tried to control it, but he was a little bit unlucky. I think he took a bit too much of a heavy touch, but it's rolled out for a Hamilton goal kick. So that's the first chance first chance St Johnstone have really created in this match in the first opening 10 minutes.
Interesting stuff. The Carabao Wafer Dome. Oh god. Worst new stadium name is the Friends Arena in Stockholm. Isn't that where they held the Eurovision Song Contest?
Would that be Sweden 2013? Oh no, that was Malmo, wasn't it? That would be the Malmo was 2013.
One was in Stockholm because Sweden won it twice in 3 years, did they not?
Yeah, they did. They won it 2012 and 2015, so it would have been Eurovision 2016.
The Yes Arena. Get political now. Let's behave.
Ackies are just coming forward just now. Playing some nice stuff, just knocking it around, but St Johnstone have just won it in defence, as I said that.
So we corner there for Rangers. It was swung in by Stephen Davis, and it was headed out by the Livingston defence. Ouch. Beat the JK Park. the Vic Vaughan Arena. Now that is something. Can build it next to Raploch on some farmland, but below Stirling Castle. Yeah, that'd be. I mean,
Panzer ball in. Oh, cleared.
If you're talking about the place that they had Runrig's last ever concert, because that
was that not? I thought that was at Stirling Castle.
It was like on the plains next to Stirling Castle. F-Ball Gaming says the Well are posh. Motherwell is far from a posh place. But less of your negativity, please. Blocked. There's a stadium in Qatar called the Education City Stadium. Is that really?
We don't need no education.
No. The Davy Marshall Arena, yes.
Oh, that was an unlucky shot by Scott Tanzer there. St Johnstone had a corner, but he kind of swerved it to the edge of the box. But Scott Tanzer, we've just seen that again. He took it on the volley. He was really unlucky.
And the shadow of the monument would be very scary and have like a light going from the monument to the stadium. Now that'd be sweet. And before the game, on a midweek night, right? Hear me out on this. Scotland are playing San Marino at home, right, for a qualifier, and then all you hear on the top is it's like Hogmanay. They'd have the bagpiper guy.
Oh right, yeah.
And he'd be playing the national anthem while we all sing it, and it would look great. It'd be a great package for TV. Yes, Lee, we've already discussed the Scottish Cup. Yes, the final happening on the 22nd of May now. Yeah. Means there's going to be a lot of midweek streams as well, in terms of like when the split happens. Kai Lang says it'd be good to go into Murrayfield. I've never actually been in Murrayfield because I don't like rugby, so I'd only go to Murrayfield. I'd only go to Murrayfield if there was a football match on.
Or a concert. Would you do Murrayfield for that?
Oh yeah, I'd do Murrayfield
going to gigs.
Then again, I don't really do concerts. Like I go to more football matches than anything else. Like when it's not locked in.
Oh. Chance. Oh, I don't know how they've missed that. Yeah, St Johnstone are really putting the pressure on. Scott Tanzer again, actually, just had a shot saved by the keeper, but it's out for a corner just now. I think there was about two chances in one there. One was completely, it was actually well defended. Stevie May could have done a lot better there, but Scott Tanzer had a shot. It was blocked off the defender, and then he had another swipe, but it's actually just gone out for a throw in, just kind of near the corner flag. to St Johnstone. They've thrown it into the box, and it's they've still got it, still pressing forward. They've ball whipped in, and yeah, nothing doing there. But St Johnstone are really coming into this game just now. I would certainly say they've had the better of the last 7 or 8 minutes, maybe. So if they could keep this up, then I could see them scoring pretty soon.
Joseph Coyle, I've already said, off the top of my head, I probably couldn't even tell you a good name for the potentially hypothetical new stadium, but for me it would have to be something about Robert the Bruce, or just a Scottish icon, the Annie Lennox Arena.
Annie Lennox. Like it, bringing music into it.
Yeah, there you go. Or name it after James McFadden's left peg. There you go. Greg Livingston says, got a copper bag and watch used to, and Murrayfield is a good place when it's full. The atmosphere is brilliant and being there for the rugby. As I said, I've never been for the rugby because I don't like rugby, so... Osprey Heights Park.
Osprey Heights. I knew somebody would say that.
The Bruce Arena. Something arena sounds too foreign for me. In the way of like, hardly anyone says arena in Scotland. Like you've got the Global Energy Arena, but like Ross County's ground is not really an arena. It's just a football ground.
I'd probably say the only arena in Scottish football is Livingston's ground, the Tony Macaroni Arena, because it goes all the way around pretty much.
Yeah, that's much more of an arena than the Ross County ground. Come on, Villa. Yes, you're right, Brian Simpson.
Because it's still 1-0 to... Oh, no, it's Burnley Leicester, isn't it? Mm-hmm. Yeah, sorry. I thought it was Villa Burnley there, but Villa away to Blades.
We're drawing 0-0. Still, we've got tabs on that. Tennants Park.
Danza.
Everyone's saying arena makes you think of the MLS. You're absolutely right. No, we're not getting I said hypothetically.
Oh, good save by Ryan Fulton there. Is that a corner? Oh, he did well to keep that in there. Yeah, it was a long, low-driven shot by... I don't know who number 17... Oh, no, it was... I don't know who number 17 is for St Johnstone. That's terrible. But he took a shot.
Isn't that Milan?
It could be, yeah. He took a shot and Fulton did... He got down low and saved it, but he spilled it a little bit. But he had to run and try and keep... and which he did. He did keep it in, but... it was a pretty unlucky shot. Stevie May's in now, but it's in the hands of Fulton again. Still, St Johnstone are applying that pressure.
Interesting stuff. Any more comments? We've got 43 in the chat right now. The Monk says they could just make a massive fan zone for the Scotland game at Stirling, like they do in most countries. Would be a brilliant day. But I'd rather be at the game.
Here's a question for the viewers: if we're back to normality by June and the Euros and that, where do you think the fan zones should be across the country? There's a question for you.
In each of the big populated cities.
Yeah. So for example,
one in Glasgow, at Glasgow Green. One in Edinburgh, somewhere.
Princess Street Gardens.
That. One at the Caird Hall in Dundee.
Nah, I wouldn't say the Caird Hall in Dundee. I would say Slessor Gardens. And if you don't know where that, or Camperdown's a good shout, yeah. But if you're wanting city centre, I would say Slessor Gardens, which is, if you know Dundee, it's when you come off the Tay Bridge. It's that.
Oh yeah.
Basic grass patch right in front of you. it's held concerts. One I've seen, I saw Simple Minds play there. But just for the record that it's held of big events there, I think you could easily get 10,000 Scotland fans just all watching a game in there. So that would be one for me.
And I would say one more, somewhere in Aberdeen. I don't know Aberdeen well,
Nah.
but if you say Aberdeen, you've got to say Inverness as well, because like you're basically cutting off the Highlands. But then again, you're probably going to get people travelling down from the Highlands to Glasgow or Edinburgh for the game anyway. So like, I would completely count out Perth. For me, Perth doesn't actually count. I'm saying that as St Johnstone are part of this stream, but when's Queen's Park moving to Lesser? They actually had moved to Lesser Hampden, but they're getting it refurbished, so they're still playing at Hampden Park for now. Arena is popular here as well. Stadion and Arena. Then there's mold who want to be difficult with Idretts Park. I like that though. I like it when they call a stadium a park, because they don't play it in an arena. They play it at a football park or a football pitch. It's just the seats around it that make it an arena.
See, there's certain grounds as well where it's like stadium, like the Falkirk Stadium or the Caledonian Stadium. You know, that annoys me as well a little bit, because it's just bland. Like we know it's a stadium. Do you know what I mean? It's like,
yeah, it's like for me, Far Park, yes, that makes sense. That makes sense.
Park.
Celtic Park, okay, not creative, but it still makes sense to me. Then you've got Ibrox Stadium. Then you've got Hampden Park. Makes sense to me.
I've heard some people call it Ibrox. Well, not a lot of people, but they just call it Ibrox. But I've heard people say like Ibrox Park.
Ibrox doesn't need the word stadium after it.
No.
It just like, I'm going to Ibrox. Everyone knows what you're on about. I'm going to Ibrox Stadium. People like, eh? Well, that's what makes sense to me anyway.
I think certain grounds, like, I don't know, let's just pick Dunfermline for example. It's called East End Park. Like, if you would say that to a normal football fan, you just say, "I'm going to East End." Like, there's no need to say, or St Johnstone as well, McDermott.
It's the fact of it's a park in the East End. Like, I like it like that, because it gives you the sort of geographical location as well. So
another good example of that is Tannadice. Like, proper name Tannadice Park, but you always just say Tannadice.
Yeah. Barry W. Kickoff happened like 23 minutes ago. Yeah. Christopher's right. No one uses the word arena or stadium. It's more for marketing. Yeah. Yeah, it makes it sound a lot more professional than it actually is. In the Bundesliga, most stadia are called arena. Aye, because you've got like the Allianz Arena, but you've got the Weserstadion. I'm trying to think of you've got the Veltins Arena as well. Dortmund, you've got the Westfalenstadion.
There's an Aki's player on the deck here. I don't know what quite happened, but the last action was he was running for the ball, but St Johnstone player kind of got in the way, so the Aki's player kind of miskicked it. It was Ross Callaghan. He kind of miskicked it and to clip the St Johnstone player, but I think Callaghan looks to be going off. I'm not sure if they're bringing on a sub, but we shall see. He might be okay to come back on, but he's just on the, at the dugouts just now. So
Marcus Calderon says Meadows is much bigger than Princess Street Gardens, ideal for fan zone and close to town still. All right, Martin Robertson, how's it going, mate? He should do it. Camperdown and Dundee probably get about 30,000 there.
Yeah.
Wow. That'd be something else. Why did Queen's Park play at Hampden? It's because it was because Queen's Park used to be the biggest team in the country, funnily enough. Use Wikipedia. You'll get a lot more from there than here. And they play in League 2, not League 1.
Are they still top of League 2?
Yeah. Remember, they've hardly played since like the start of January.
Yeah, I know. I've just not looked at the table for quite a while.
Should name one of the stands Buckfast Tonic Wine Stand. Goodness me. Or see when you've got like the fancy lounges, you should get each lounge named after a Scottish alcoholic drink. So you've got
Glenn's
one
vodka, because they'll be the sponsor of
Yeah,
the
exactly.
SPFL next season.
Then you've got Buckfast. Then you've got Mad Dog. Then Dragon Soup. Terence Park instead of Tea in the Park. Yep. We covered that earlier, Martin. Aye, Queen's Park are top by 5 points. UK is unique that I think that in the stadiums or stadia aren't owned by the local authority. Aye, but also you can't drink. Lee Barrett says, I think the lower leagues are back on this weekend coming. I don't know about that.
They've not been given. They've only been given the green light to start training. I don't think it'll be. Oh, certainly, I would think it would be too soon for this weekend to go ahead because they'll need to like rejig all the fixtures and all that. So,
not just that. It's the fact that what was I going to say? Like, obviously, they're going to be playing like they're going to end up playing like 3 games in 10 days or whatever on a
that's
regular.
a ridiculous corner to give away. Stupid pass back from St Johnstone, and the Sander Clark just tried to clear it but ended up putting it out for a Hamilton corner.
I believe you can drink at the rugby, but oh well. Well played by a Rebo here. Nothing's really happened.
Another corner for Hamilton.
The fact that they've had pretty much 2 months off playing football, like to be just jumping back into it without any training, it's very illogical. Because it'd be like they need basically pre-season training all over again.
Oof. What's going on here?
Yeah, there you go.
Another corner. 3 corners in a row for Hamilton Accies.
There we go. I'm spoiled. We'll need 3 Hamilton corners.
Well, they've had 3 in about 2 minutes here.
Oh wow! I'm only needing 1 St Johnstone corner.
Yeah, St Johnstone have had 2 so far.
So there's been 7 corners in your game, mate.
Yeah, it's really end to end actually. It's a decent game. It's just lacking that extra quality of finishing. There's a 4th corner for Hamilton. Christ, they get more corners than Rangers get penalties. Sorry.
I'm currently needing Rangers to win over 2.5 goals, 3 more Rangers corners, and 1 more Livingston booking. Whereas in your game, Ramage, I'm needing.
Sorry, that was O'Doffin just. He got a good connection onto it, but just over the bar from that 4th corner.
I'm needing 2 goals in your game, and I'm needing 1 more St Johnstone corner and 3 bookings, basically.
Well, St Johnstone are coming forward now.
Greg, Livingston. No, I'm not going to go through the 50+1 rules in Bundesliga.
Waterspoon, Melamed. Oh, that was unlucky. I think he was just caught offside there.
Oh, wee chance there for Rangers. Aribo basically got into the byline, tried to fire it across, and wins a corner after hitting off Stryjek.
I think the ref might have given that as offside or a foul. I can't tell because I've got it on mute, but good play by David Waterspoon. He tried to cross it in for Guy Melamed to get his head on it, but he didn't quite get there. So unless he might have fouled the Hamilton player or he was offside, I don't know. I can't quite tell because it's on mute. But it was another good chance for the Saints. It was a really good game. It's really end to end.
Do I think alcohol should be allowed back in football grounds? I don't actually care, to be honest. I don't care about alcohol not being allowed in football grounds. There's too many idiots that go to the football. They'll ruin it for everyone. So it doesn't matter what I say.
I don't know, because coming from somebody that doesn't drink.
1-0 Sheffield United.
But I don't know, because fans will still go to the pub and like that before the game, and then if stewards don't like that at all. But I mean, what I'm saying is like people do it, and I don't think it would make a difference if people go in before a game. I don't see what difference that makes, but it's just whether they could behave themselves for 90 minutes. But you are right, you do get some idiots at the game. But
even when fans are allowed back, we'll see increased attendances, and we'll see like the likes of Livingston have about 3,000 home fans instead of 1,500. You'll see Motherwell have about 8,000 fans at a game again, which hasn't happened since probably about 2010. When I'm talking about games against Kilmarnock, Inverness, St Mirren, we'll see a huge inflation all over the country, which will be great. But
I'm not sure if that would go through all season long, though. That's the only thing.
It'll start for the first month or two, and it'll start going back down. But you will have so many day trippers; it'll be unbelievable.
Yeah, I know. Like, I'm trying to say, like, if people, they buy their season tickets or whatever, this is what I always think about when we go back. Teams like Dundee, Motherwell, and so on. Like, if they get, like, the demand for the first 5 games will be huge, especially in the Premier League as well.
Mm-hmm.
Like, depending who you're playing, of course, as well. So, it's just a matter of time. Like, there's no way you're going to get 8,000. Maybe if you're having a good season, it might be stable. But if you're having a bad season, like, 1 or 2 bad results, that will just drop. People just say, like, nah, don't want to come back. That was shite, pretty much.
I wouldn't even sanction bringing back alcohol to like McDiarmid Park above Celtic and Rangers, because you'll hear all these Old Firm fans completely whining and whinging and bitching because they can't drink alcohol at the game. And I mean, it can't be one rule for one team, one rule for another. And
exactly,
it happens so much anyway in football. The fact that we're probably going to just, like, on this idea, going to have more of that.
But the thing is, right, over the last 2 seasons, especially for the Old Firm games, Rangers and Celtic have cut the allocations down. So it could maybe work for Rangers and Celtic now that's happened on Old Firm games. But if you look at a fixture like Hibs against Rangers, Aberdeen against Celtic, whatever, it's they kind of games, there's really hostile atmosphere anyway at these games. So whether the influence of alcohol can have a negative effect on the kind of fixtures is something that they'll need to think about.
I'm not just thinking that, though. See when Rangers and Celtic are playing away games, there's always Rangers and Celtic fans in the home end.
Good save by Ryan Fulton there. Sorry, I just interrupted you. It was Stevie May just had a shot there. Ryan Fulton put it out for a St Johnstone corner there.
Oh, that's
No, sorry, it wasn't Stevie May. It was Melamed. Stevie May assisted, or he was trying to assist him.
yeah.
But it's a
Yeah,
corner.
so you'll get Old Firm fans in the home end of Old Firm away games as well. Like what happens if Rangers score in the last minute to beat St Mirren and it's like 2-1, and you've got Rangers fans in the home end and they'll start celebrating because they're pissed out their face, and then that's gonna
Yeah,
start
that's
a
true.
riot. Imagine that.
I mean, it has happened. I have seen like fans, like especially against Rangers. Well, maybe not so much Rangers, but I've seen Celtic play more times than I've seen Rangers. But certainly with Celtic, I've seen like one or two Celtic fans in the home end at dens before. So I mean, it does happen. I don't know if you've seen it at Fir Park
Oh
in
yeah,
the past.
I've seen it at Fir Park. I've heard of it happen at Fir Park. Christopher says our season tickets have gone up apparently, and there's no guarantee fans will be allowed in next season. Of course, the Norwegian season's starting very, very soon.
Another good ball in, but nobody to put an end product on for St Johnstone. Callahan, that's a good play down the wing. Aki's are forward.
Oh, great
now.
through the ball. Morelos, is that a penalty? I think that's a penalty.
What a goal!
Oh,
Brilliant goal by Ross Callahan. It was at the edge of the box. It was really good football by Hamilton Akis. They were just passing it around, going forward, and then it just landed back to Ross Callahan, edge of the box, and he just put his laces through it, and it just ended up in the top corner. Absolutely brilliant goal. One definitely worth seeing on Sportscene tonight. That was beautiful. Just right over Xander Clark. Absolutely no chance.
Useless farmers.
And that's 1-0 to the Akis.
Not good. Not good at all. Useless. Win a cup and then they fucking throw in the game.
I did tell you this would happen.
I knew it was going to happen, mate. I knew it was going to happen. Aye, so Ross Callahan against his former club, scoring to make it 1-0. Whereas Morelos getting booked for diving. What's new there?
Well, Xander Clark's on the deck, though. He's getting some treatments. Just seeing that goal again, that was a thing of beauty. That just edge of the box, takes a touch, right over him, top corner. Brilliant. See where that moves Aki's in the table.
I'll quickly have a look there.
What day is it today? Wednesday? Yeah, there we are.
That puts Aki's 10th. And Kamara
at the bottom.
Ooh.
Jeez, that is really close. St Johnstone have moved up to 8th. No, sorry, St Johnstone were already 8th at the time. See, I always think that the bottom four was Ross County, Hamilton, Motherwell, St Johnstone. I always forget that Kelly are down there as well, having a pretty dismal season. But to be honest, I think they'll be the ones that go straight down.
Yeah, I mean, for as good a squad they have, they've completely shot of confidence.
The thing is, right, if St Johnstone, say St Johnstone or Hamilton or Ross County or whatever, came straight down, I think they would go straight back up because, you know, over the years they have been in the top flight and have won the championship in the last 10-15 years a couple of times. So, but if Kelly came down, I think I think they would struggle to get
I
back
think
up.
I mean, you see the amount of players that they've got contracted, and like none of them are actually beyond this season. So it's another rebuilding job for Tommy Wright.
Yeah. But I think Ross County and well, I think teams like Ross County, they'll take confidence from the results that they've got over the last 2 months or so. I mean, they've beaten Hibs, they've beaten Aberdeen, they've beaten Celtic. So I think they can use that to build on to get results when it comes to split time. St Johnstone, I think they've got a good enough team. Well, maybe tonight's result won't say that, but they do have a good team to be sort of mid-table, possibly getting into the top 6. But if they were to go down, they would go straight back up because there's so many good players in that team. But I think with Kelly, it'll be like United. They'll just need to clear everyone out and start again.
I think there's at least 3 teams I want to rule out right now that if they are in the bottom 6, they'll stay up. It's fine. And I think it's the teams that are already from 9th upwards.
Yeah.
So, I mean, of course, we had that situation with Hibs in complete freefall a few years ago when they lost how many games in a row and went down.
It was all 6, I think it was.
Yeah. So, but I think our league is that inconsistent that teams will just keep picking points off each other.
I don't know. I think COVID might have, well, it probably does have some element as to why one week you'll see somebody's down in 10th, for example, and then the next week they're up at, that was like St Mirren earlier in the season. They were around the bottom 3 area and they've just fired up into the top 6. So it's just weird how it's been like 1 minute they're down there and absolute dead certs for relegation, and the next minute you're challenging top 6.
That's always been the nature of our league, like from say 6th all the way downwards.
Yeah, it has, but it's not really. This season, it's really changed quickly than it normally does, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like, because teams have games in hand and all the rest of it, so.
The year Hibs came to Tynecastle for a relegation party, but forgot they were invited as well.
I remember that as well. The funny thing was, I remember listening to Sports Sound one night in 2014, and it was the night Partick Thistle beat Hearts 4-2 at Tynecastle. Hearts were already down by this point, and I just heard the commentator saying it's 4-1 to Partick Thistle as it stands, and you could just hear, but the result coming in from wherever Hibs were playing that night, you could just hear the Hearts fans saying Hibs are going down, or something along the lines. It was quite funny. So, but like back then, that was just a mad slump that Hibs went on.
It was almost as if it was written. It'd been written that Hibs were going to go down as well.
It was one of them where you weren't surprised it was going to happen, because I think 2 seasons before that, Hibs were always in the. No, I know for a fact in the 2012 season they came second bottom, or they came 10th, so they were in the bottom 3 anyway. And I think the season after that they were in the bottom 6 again. So, but I can't remember where they finished. But so they were on a downward spiral anyway. I think 2014 was just the final nail in the coffin. So.
Basically, both of you are saying that the bottom 6 is a grudge match. No, I'm saying the bottom 6 is a complete scrap. Like, you don't know what's going to happen in the bottom 6.
You don't.
But like, I'm saying now, like the teams from about 9th upwards, I think should be all right. Hopefully, because there's already, like, as it stands, going by tonight's results so far, I think there's a 5-point gap between 9th and 10th. So that's basically 2 games. 2 wins. The difference. And Hamilton Accies, apart from tonight somehow, like they're usually shite until they see Claret and Amber.
Oh, good save by Ryan Fulton. Yeah, wow. Accies, I would say tonight that they're actually well deserved of their lead. They have. It's been that kind of game where it's really end to end. Accies just got a lucky break and they took their chance, whereas St Johnstone have not taken their chances. But Accies have actually played really well, and both teams, in fact, have played really well in this game. But it's just been a matter of time of who could get that lucky break. And of course, Ross Callahan scored that absolute belter of a goal from the edge of the box.
Yeah. It took Hibs 3 years to get out of the Championship as well.
But I mean, in fairness, they had Hearts and Rangers in the first year, Rangers in the second year, and Dundee United in the third year. So, I mean, that wouldn't have been easy. So,
and it also took Dundee United 3 attempts to come up as well.
4.
4? Yeah.
Well,
4.
it was. Well, they spent 4 years down there. So.
Yeah. Accies were fantastic. Yeah, I'm not taking that away from them, but like. Marcus Calderon says, since 1970, Hearts have been relegated from the top division and the joint top amount of times with St Mirren, the yo-yo teams. There we go. Well, according to Rangers Twitter, that the dive, the so-called dive Morelos did that he got booked for, it was a clear penalty. Oops.
Really? We'll see it on Sportscene and make a judgment of that.
Yes. It's half time here, 0-0.
They've played over the 45 just now. St Johnstone are just knocking it around. They might get one more chance of this first half. I don't know who the ref is in this game.
The Monk says, I can see Wraith or Dunfermline in the top league. I want Wraith to be a good addition and a good away day.
I don't know, because Raith Rovers have actually, when they played us and beat us 3-1 earlier this season, I mean, they looked really, really good. So, but it's just a matter of fact. Like, I think Rovers have decent support themselves, but I think in the top flight, I don't think they would be a good fit for the top flight, if I'm quite honest. But I mean, in terms of club size, I think Dunfermline would obviously bring more fans to games and have a better atmosphere and all that. But I think if Raith Rovers were to come up, I mean, I would say this season they will have deserved their place, because I mean, they've got some good results this season, and to come up from League One and do as well as they're doing is not every team does that, unless you're Livy a few years ago.
Yeah, absolutely. So, would you say 1-0 at half time's a fair result for Accies?
Yeah, it's been really end to end. Both teams have actually played quite well, but it's been a matter of who's going to get that lucky break, as I said about 5 minutes ago, and obviously it fell to Ross Callahan, and he just took that shot so nicely. I hope I get to see it again at half time. It was such a good goal, just right over Xander Clark, right into the top corner.
John Mitchell says Hearts were first relegated in 78 and were up and down until 83. Don't know where you got 1970 from. Will Thistle get promoted this season? I have no idea. I have very limited knowledge of the bottom 2 leagues.
I don't know.
betting against Brecon City every week religiously.
I don't know. I kind of follow like the your Falkirk and Thistle and all that, but like nobody else in that division. Because I only pick them teams for my coupon every Saturday because I know they'll probably just win. So, well, Falkirk and Thistle, that is. But
Stephen Gerrard got sent off. Ooh. I can't believe that. Like, imagine getting sent off for just explaining to the ref what happened. Like, don't know, but I suppose I better summarise what I saw in the first half.
Sounds very quiet here again.
It was very quiet. I think both teams have sort of cancelled each other out. I think Rangers are just happy to probably draw the game. They seem very content on the ball. They don't. Well, the chances that they have created have been minimal, and we have a very low expected goals ratio. Should have been a penalty on Morelos, apparently, but it has been a close game. I mean, Aribo's had a couple of chances, forced a few corners, but at the moment, 0-0.
I don't know, because Rangers are only 2 wins away from the title. You would think they'd be up for it more. Do you know what I mean? Just to get that title in the bag.
I don't think they're bothered. I think they're just wanting to win the title at Celtic Park.
That's a bit of a dodgy game, if you ask me, because that's potential for Celtic just to come firing. I'm not saying they will, but I mean the likelihood's there that Rangers could drop points in that game. I'm not saying they will.
In the other end of the spectrum, would you prefer to relegate Dundee United at Dens or see another team like Inverness relegate Dundee United? Like being the final nail in the coffin?
I don't know, because I don't know, because the way that happened, like that was the second game in the split that season, so that kind of fell towards the way the fixtures were, and we had nothing to play for when that game came around. Well, I think we might have needed 1 point to confirm safety, but we were near enough safe anyway that season. So I think the way the fixtures came around when we relegated United, it was kind of in favour. It just happened. So, but I think Rangers are kind of playing to win the title at Celtic Park.
Morelos, that wasn't a dive. That was a definite penalty.
See what's going on in the other game I'm watching. Norwich are beating.
He clapped him. His arms clapped him.
Norwich is still beating Brentford 1-0. Yeah, I've got that game on because it's top 2 in the Championship. So just go for something different. Leicester have scored at Burnley. That's good.
I see. It's 1 each at Burnley.
Blades are beating Villa. Fucking hell.
Yeah.
In fact, I wonder if I'll get to see the penalty decision on here. Just flick over and see if I can judge it. Gerrard sent off. I don't know what that was for.
For probably for complaining. I'd say it was for complaining. Yeah, I know, Brian. I'm aware. I've got the notifications on. Still remember the day Cali got put down against Motherwell. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a long day, but I enjoyed it, even though we got beat 3-2.
Yeah, we met each other in Dundee after, because I was down at Aki's that day as well.
Aye.
And to be honest, that was actually a really, really good day. Okay, we got beat 4-0, but that was a really good day out, because I remember we were down for the Aki's game. We could have relegated them, but Inverness beat Hughes and Aki's beat us 4-0. But I just remember coming back to Dundee and hearing UB40 playing live in the city centre. It was quality.
Even if the yellow gets rescinded, Morelos is forced to walk in eggshells for the rest of the game for that awful decision. Yeah, I enjoyed the long trip. Inverness and Ross County, great trips. Great away
Queen
day.
of the South, that was good.
Oh, Queen of the South's a great away day, unless you get stuck in Carlisle for 3 hours after the game.
No, I didn't get stuck in Carlisle, but when I went to Queen of the South last season, it was so cold. It was like worse than Arbroath in December.
John Smith says it'll still be 0-0 anyway. They love missing the penalties. Hopefully we can turn it around.
Keep showing clips of Ross Callahan's goal. You could, if you're an Aki's fan, you'll just never tire of watching that. I mean, not many people will be able to.
Not many.
But the small handful of you probably will be able to enjoy that. Just right over him.
Mm-hmm. So 1-0 to Hamilton against St Johnstone and 0-0 between Livingston and Rangers at the moment. What a boring game.
Wonder if it's like the Ross County Celtic game that we did a couple of weeks ago. Is it like that kind of?
Oh, look, John Smith with a conspiracy theory. Referees have been influenced by Celtic and the media to not give penalties to Rangers and give Morelos as much cards as he is a villain they love to hate. I'm actually bored of that.
I mean, if you're 2 wins away from the title with how many games to go? 8 games to go or something. I mean, I wouldn't be so worried about that, about getting penalties. I mean, your season's over. I think the last thing Rangers fans will want is whether they win tonight and win the title before the game against Celtic. I just think to top off the season and finish it off is to beat Celtic at Celtic Park before the split, and I think they'll just take the last 5 games of the season just to, take they'll still aim for an unbeaten season, of course, I think, but I think they'll take their foot off the pedal a wee bit after the next Old Firm game on the last game before the split.
J Max and Cheese says, what is it with every Rangers fan and even Celtic fans always complaining, saying the refs are being paid and all that rubbish? I mean, I would just say, just enjoy the fact you're fucking top of the league by, I've lost count of how many points. Like, I don't actually care. Like, you're going to win the league anyway. Like, stop complaining. God. You've lost 1 game all season. Goodness me. Things I would have done to be in that position. Cheers, Spartan 117. Well done, Goggsy Steelmen, with a 2-0 win over Hibs. I'm not saying that because they're going to win the league, they shouldn't be getting Stonewall penalties. I did say that was a penalty. So did he misquote what I say?
See what else is happening.
Mother will go down. Well, I hope we stay up so I can just do that in your face. That's gonna get clipped.
It's just too tight to call. I mean,
WH, I mean, who even are you? Just being a dickhead, an anonymous dickhead. So we've got a minute or so till the games kick off again.
no sign of the teams coming out at the Foy's Stadium or whatever it's called these days. New Douglas Park to me.
It'll always be New Douglas to me.
Just try and use the modern terminology for sake of the stream. But yeah, no sign of the teams coming out just yet. Just see a few Aki substitutes or whatever just warming up. That goal.
Colin, I'm past that point. Motherwell have been denied so many calls, and I mean there was the offside goal against Rangers, a penalty that St Mirren got against us when we drew 1 each when we should have won 1-0. I could go on. The next week against Aberdeen, we had the red card, which wasn't a red card.
Shit happens, but you get on with it.
Shit happens, but I get on with it. Like, I'll count up how many times we've been shafted by the end of the season, and we'll count how many points that we've been dealt out of. But of course, it all evens itself out, doesn't it?
There's the St Johnstone players coming back.
Difference is Goggsy doesn't claim the whole SFA has an anti-Motherwell agenda specifically. well, I'll speak no more. I mean, it's like to go and say X, Y, and Z has an agenda against your team is just going way too far. Like, I couldn't care less. Like, it is what it is. If there's a refereeing mistake, I will point that out and just say that's another honest mistake. We should have got this. We should have got that. I've been in the refereeing position. Like, you can only give what you see, and you only see it once. So if you don't see it at all, you've got no chance of getting the decision right.
You just can't give it. It's like, well, I mean, it's up to the referee obviously to keep focus of the game, and I mean, I'm sure they do the best they really can to be fair to most teams, but I mean, from a sort of smaller team point of view, I mean, when you go to the games against the bigger lot, I mean, some of the decisions are just absolutely crazy. So I'd like to know why some of them can be mad, but
yeah, I mean I will happily go out and say, like, being a referee is the most thankless job in the world. Like, I referee the game for my mate, just out of the kindness of my heart, because I would never wish to do it again. Because, like, I was in, like, being a referee made me very vulnerable mentally for a period of time. I absolutely hated being a referee.
Yeah, it would just been like, well, I don't know if this kind of went on in your head, but I mean, it's like you want what's best for somebody, and then if you're giving one team something,
best for the game.
Yeah, exactly. But I mean, you're thinking to yourself, have I done that fair? Have I upset somebody? Have I, you're thinking about all that, and I mean, at the end of the day, all you want is
one decision that I got wrong, right? Because this is all because of my eyesight, right? I was refereeing a game up in Dundee, and you know how it's near the airbase, and
yeah,
it's that facility there, and because of the trees and the shadows on the pitch, right? I gave a free kick because I perceived the foul to be made outside the box, but this was all because of the shadows that were on the pitch. Like, you could hardly see, and because the ball was still about 30 yards ahead of me, because the ball moves much quicker than the average man. So you've got so much ground to make up on all the time. But you are always on the move. So you've got to be completely fit. I wasn't at the time, and because of what I could see, I didn't know if I could give a penalty or a free kick. So I thought, well, they're winning 6-0. This was me trying to be fair on the team that was losing. I gave a free kick.
Yeah.
And the winning team was obviously complaining because it should have been a penalty, which I'm not disputing because I didn't see.
Well, I mean, I don't know. If they're winning 6-0, I mean, there's nothing to complain about. It's like, oh, well, you're in control of the game. I mean, what minute was it at?
It was late in the game.
Exactly. It's like the game's put to bed. I mean,
yeah. But let's see what people have got to say to that. As a ref, would you explain your decisions, Goggsy? Absolutely. But the last time I refereed a game, I was standing in for someone, and I didn't give a...
Oh, good save by Ryan. Sorry, I just interrupted you there.
No problem.
Good play by St Johnstone. Good crossing by David Wotherspoon. And Ryan Fulton did well to stop the goal-bound header. And it's over there. Sorry, I just...
Rangers, it's 1-0. Oh, wait. Oh, it's been given offside. Maybe there is a thing against Rangers.
I have switched over from the Norwich game, you see. So...
Right, so his arm is offside, although he can't play the ball with his arm. The rules are just a joke. But I will say this, right? As a referee, I would happily like what I want to see on Sports Scene is get an interview from a referee post match. If he's made a big decision in the game, I want him to talk through what he was thinking at the time and what he was seeing, because a lot of people don't actually understand the referee's point of view.
Yeah.
Because they always think, oh, because he's got cards and he's got a whistle, he's a wanker. That's all they think. But like, for example, one time I got absolutely bawled at by a Lockheed Harp manager because me being the standing referee, I didn't give a penalty because I was on one part. You see how you've got like the corner of the box. I was standing in the corner of the box. I watched the ball be floated into the box. I didn't see someone being pushed, and the guy didn't even fall over. So it didn't help me at all. So through this crowd of bodies, it's right at the other end of the crowd of the bodies. So I couldn't see it. I literally couldn't see it. And the game was being filmed, so I watched back in the footage and I thought, well, that's a penalty. But, of course, I don't have an assistant.
But the thing is, right, especially in, like, you know, proper football like the SPFL and what have you, I think you've got to think about it logically that these referees are employed by the SFA to do their job, and if they're just giving away stupid decisions constantly, then you would think, well, SFA will be on their case and they'd be sacked for treating one team unfair and all the rest of it. So you've got to think they've got a job to do, so they're not just going to make decisions lightly. There's got to be some sort of rationale behind it. I mean, you can't just give something and say, well, I gave it, but I don't have a reason why. Or I didn't give it, I don't have a reason why.
Every referee has a performance reviewer. They've got someone watching their performance and marking down what they did wrong, what they did right, how they performed.
But yeah, that should be good. Like if they could give an interview, they would say, I gave a penalty because from what I can see, I don't know, there was contact and whatever, and then let the pundits analyze it. You know, as long as they can justify it. I mean, you just can't make decisions and not explain why you've done it. So
Talking about refereeing not being good, I don't want VAR, seeing it down in England,
Nah.
cause debates and arguments. Well, the thing is, everywhere that VAR is being used, the only place that they're all greeting about it is England. VAR's not the problem. It's England that's the problem. Yeah, it was.
One thing I would like to see is not VAR in Scottish football, but I would love to see goal line technology in Scottish football.
Well, they've only just started implementing that in the finals, and goal line technology came about 5 years ago. So Scotland's about 5 years behind the fold.
I think they've got it in. Is it the Championship in England or even League One? I'm not too sure, but I know one of the lower leagues has it down in England, possibly the Championship. But yeah, I think that would go quite well in Scottish football, because I mean, how many times do you see goals that are maybe given that haven't crossed the line, or have crossed the line and not given? So I mean, that's quite common up here. So I would like to see that implemented, but not VAR. Nah.
Christopher says he had to disclose the team that he supported when he was hired as a referee. Thing is, I was never like properly hired. Like, I was part of the Fife Referees Association, because I was part of the refereeing extranet. I was doing all this, and then I was sent emails about, like, can we assign you to this game on Saturday? I was like, no, because I'm going to the football. I'm going to Motherwell play. Thing is, I never wanted my refereeing to coincide with Motherwell at such an early age. But then I decided that, like, I want to be a football pundit, or I want to do more serious stuff on YouTube. So I decided to hang up the whistle.
Oh, I don't know what's happened there, but Aki's had a free kick. It was nicely floated in, by the way, but I think Moyle was in around the box, and the St Johnstone defence cleared it to the edge, and then another Aki's player jumped up to try and put a looping header over Xander Clark, and the St Johnstone keeper just took a few steps back. It actually looked like it crossed the line, just while we were on the subject of that goal line technology. But it'll be interesting to see that back again.
Let's see that. No, I don't know what's happening here. I know that there was fireworks.
Oh my god,
there was fireworks. Oh, and the remains of a firework has just fallen on the pitch. So they've paused the game. Absolutely, Edward. England is the problem, mate. Everyone in Germany and the other leagues have VAR and is doing in a matter of seconds. In England, it takes 5 minutes to look at the decision. Just shows the difference. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I don't know about that, because I don't know about what I'm trying to say is I don't know about like Spain, Germany, what have you. But in England, you could tell with the fans, just, you know, if something goes against a team, it's probably just a British cultural thing, to be honest. But I mean, it'll be just like oh, come on, I don't want this to go to them, or
it's the case of, but the English Premier League's the best league in the world, so we'll just do it our own way.
Aye, but I think the sort of...
Yes, I am aware that John Beaton was photographed in a Rangers pub. So
that's a terrible clearance. Ross Callahan again. Nah, it's over.
That's saved. Still 0-0 at Livingston.
We didn't see anything about that firework on the pitch at the Livy game. I wonder if that's Rangers fans on the hill, outside Almondvale, like at the wee corner. I wonder if it's been thrown on from there.
Christopher says he would like them to implement what they have in NFL, when you can challenge a decision, but if you fail, you lose your chance. That is a very good point. A Hawkeye, like they have at Wimbledon or in normal.
Oh, yeah.
Aye, because if you've got 3 challenges, like you can, like, if you are absolutely determined to get a penalty, and it is a stonewall penalty, and the referee never gives it, then that's absolutely fair enough. How good do you think Motherwell's done this season? They've definitely not exceeded my expectations. I'll do a season review video. How about that at the end? But all will be forgiven when we win the Scottish Cup.
Sure.
I'm kidding on. Big reason why teams play better against the Old Firm is because the younger ones want to advertise themselves. It's not even that; it's just the players. They just, like, you just step up to the occasion when they play against the Old Firm. What's the crack with the match? Well, it's 0-0. It's not. Rangers have been denied a stonewall penalty. They also had a goal disallowed for offside, which was offside. Apart from that, there's not been really too much to talk about. Morelos is through on goal here, but he's taken a massive elephant touch, and it's going right to the goalkeeper.
In this game, Hamilton have started the second half very brightly. St Johnstone had a good header right at the start as well, but that's been their only chance. But other than that, it's been really all Hamilton, and I would say the next team that's going to score will probably be Hamilton again. So I think if Hamilton keep playing the way they are this second half, I think they will really put this game to bed and keep hold of the 3 points. And it's easy to say, like, because the first half was like so end to end, Hamilton have really been on the front foot in the second half. So if they keep this up, they will be really deserved winners of this match.
Stuff.
St Johnstone just looks so shaky at the back.
Any favourite? Not the now, Joseph.
Chance. Moyo's going forward. Oh, he's hit the crossbar. That was a really good shot. Again, it was at the edge of the box. Good link by Ross Callaghan. He just squared it to Moyo, and he just put his laces through it, and it just crashed up off the top of the corner of the crossbar. Oh, really unlucky. That would have been a really good goal as well.
Greg, I don't think you understand saying that I'm talking about VAR. If Motherwell score last minute stay up, it gets disallowed by VAR, then Motherwell goes down, you will be mourning. The thing is, this is all hypothetical. Motherwell have been denied so many bad calls this season. I'm all for VAR. Like, it's all about getting the right decision at the end of the day. If Motherwell go down, it's our own fault for going down. Like, it's not going to be based on just bad decisions. Although that's all I seem to be moaning about this season, because it's bad decision after bad decision. I can't even say anything with real proper substance about it. We can't get Moult back. And we did brilliantly last season without Moult. We finished third, higher than we ever finished with Moult in the squad. Off topic, but are you an SFA referee? No, I'm not. I used to be a Fife referee. I never qualified for the SFA thing. Like, I was grade 7. It was like the lowest grade you could get. So to say I know my shit is probably a fair way of saying it, but I don't get the handbook anymore. So any changes since I left my refereeing shit, I'm not really too clued up.
See what's happening now. Rangers have a throw-in.
I've just said my opinions on the Rangers game. I'm watching it.
Aki's have a free kick from the back here. Fulton, he's gone long down the flank there. Aki's got a throw in out of it.
Yes, I'm hopefully going to the Euros.
This is a wee bit of a tussle there, but it's gone for a free kick for St Johnstone. See if they could get the ball forward and have a go at Aki's, which have not done at all in the second half, bar the one attempt that was saved. It was Craig Bryson that headed that right at the start of the second half for them. The best chance.
Edward McLean says Kelly are down, in my opinion. Hamilton will start scraping wins together, but it's between Hamilton or Kelly. Motherwell are safe, but one more win for Well to make sure they'll do fine. Who do you think going down?
I still got it though.
I reckon it's Kelly 12th, Hamilton 11th, Ross County 10th.
Hamilton's in again. Callahan's in the box. Oh, Xander Clark's got that in his hand. I think Callahan just took too much time there waiting on other players to arrive in the box so he could create a chance, but comfortably held by Xander Clark in the St Johnstone goal.
We'll talk about the Scotland doing the Euros near the time. We've got a few qualifiers to get through first, but I reckon we'll go through.
Israel first, our favourite fixture.
No, it's Austria first, is it not?
Is it? I thought it was Israel away on the.
We've got Austria at home, Israel away, Faroe Islands at home.
Oh, right.
That's our first block of international fixtures of 2021.
Oh, for goodness sake. This has just really turned into a sort of, like, the players are just totally shoving each other down. It's quite amusing.
If there was a hypothetical new stadium for Motherwell, what stadium would that be? Probably call it something after Ian St John, I would say.
Oh, was that a handball there?
Or something about John Hunter.
They've played on.
Greg Livingston says, did you hear? No, nothing. Steve Clark will not go to Celtic.
I don't think he will.
He came out and said he's contracted till 2022. Then
St Johnstone have gone it.
He said no club football job will sway him from the international setup. So do a bit of reading. Celtic have contacted Eddie Howe, yes.
Chance. Can keep that low. St Johnstone had a good chance there. It was a corner whipped in. It landed to Craig Bryson. He tried to take it on the volley, but put it over. They're then making a sub now. Stevie May is going off. Oh, they're making a double sub, and somebody's coming on, number 16. Don't know who that is, but I'll find out in a minute. Middleton. And Craig Bryson's going off for St Johnstone, and Craig Conway, I think, is coming on. No, Michael Halloran's on for Craig Bryson.
See the ex-Motherwell coach in for the Ayr job. Aye, Maurice Ross. Shrug. Don't really care. He's not really at Motherwell anymore, so.
I don't know what I think about Mark Kerr leaving Ayr. I think he's done quite well there. I was a bit surprised, but
the second bottom, mate.
I know, but they've got games in hand though. I mean,
Mm.
the championship's so tight.
He'll get a bigger club than Celtic when he wins the World Cup next year. Well, let's win the Euros first, and then we'll talk about the World Cup.
We're on the mattress, Davies, army.
It would be nice. Neil Lennon linked to Aberdeen if their manager gets sacked. I think it's a sort of case that McInnes will have to just walk himself.
I don't think Lennon would go to Aberdeen.
No.
I mean, there's so many clubs in Scottish football that would just not accept Lennon for his past at Celtic and all that. So,
So just went and watched Coby's video about it for a laugh. I honestly don't know.
oh, that is not a free kick. You won the ball.
Like, for me, I think it's disrespectful to even talk about getting a new manager in if your current manager is still in a job. Like for example, if Motherwell are struggling, I wouldn't be making a video saying, "Oh, this should be the next Motherwell manager if Graham Alexander's still in charge."
See, this brought up a few questions on Saturday. Graham Alexander's post-match interview with I can't remember who the reporter was, but like he got questioned about was it getting sent to the stand or something?
Yeah.
And he said, like, do you think we should see more of that in post-match interviews?
Well,
because
to be honest, I think you should outline it before an interview. Say, I don't want you to ask me about this.
Yeah, because a lot of people were comparing it to the Jim McLean one at Dundee United where he punched John Barnes. But
the thing is, that was one of our results of the season.
Exactly.
Our first win at Easter Road in 7.5 years. Are you really going to take it away by talking about the red card that Alexander got?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, whatever the red card was for, I can't exactly remember. I did see it though, but I think when you get a result at somewhere like Easter Road and when your team's fighting at the bottom, I mean, you just want, there's a feel good morale around the team, and you don't want negativity to get in and say, "Oh yeah, I was stupid for what I did," and or whatever.
I don't even know what he did.
So,
like, I literally sit with the commentary off when we're doing our streams because I can't have the commentary on, otherwise copyright, and that'll get fed back into the streams. So I literally can't hear what the commentator is saying. So if there's any information that's said on this person getting sent to the stand, I don't know unless it's absolutely obvious on screen. What do I think about Neil McCann at Inverness? I honestly couldn't tell you.
Well, I watched the game against Hearts on Friday night, and Inverness played really well.
I've not watched any Championship football in about 6 weeks.
But well, the last two, I've seen Inverness's last two games. They played really well against Hearts. Against us, they weren't particularly good, or in the 60-odd minutes that I did see. I could probably say they came back into it like near the end of last night's game because they scored on about 82 minutes or something with about 10 minutes to go. But anytime they got forwards against us last night, they didn't seem like they were going to cause a deadly threat, if that makes sense, compared to what they did on Friday night.
Let's see what other comments are saying. Celtic shouldn't have been protesting Lennon to leave, and I'm a Celtic fan. Well,
That is not a free kick. He won the ball.
I'm not bothered.
Doyle goes down well easily there.
How Alexander doesn't get banned is beyond me. Always booked or sent off in games. Well, I think he gets a fine for his behaviour. So, I mean, what's it? What difference is it going to do in this season though? Because you can literally sit in the stand and shout instructions from there. Because no one's there, so he's obviously going to be heard by the players anyway. So it's not really going to make much of a difference unless he gets a stadium ban.
I think, like, going back to the whole interview thing, I think that, he's got a job to do for Motherwell, and it's to keep them up. He doesn't need to be talking about, like, it's easy for a manager to say, "Oh, I'm sorry for what I did. My behaviour was out of control, or my player got sent off for this reason, or whatever it may be." He's there to do a job, and that job is to keep Motherwell in the Premiership and to keep them away from relegation this season. And then maybe, like, once he's kind of settled in the job and, like, depending on what next season brings, he could maybe talk about these issues. But right now, I mean, fair play to him. It will be in the back of his mind. He just wants to get on and, do what he's coming to do and keep Motherwell safe from going down this year.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, the interviewer asked the same question about 3 or 4 times.
Yeah.
I was like, come on, mate, just take the hint. Like, it was the same that, like, a lot of Rangers fans will probably get me on this when someone basically cornered Steven Gerrard in the pre-match presser, saying that telling him that Ian St John had died, and I mean they literally caught his reaction on camera, which is it was absolutely wrong. It was inhumane. It's journalism is just annoying at the moment. It's all about getting the next big click, whereas instead of actually showing a bit of substance in the articles.
St John's another free kick here. Chance for Liam Craig maybe to whip it in, or somebody's getting booked there as well. David Warford's received a yellow card or something.
There's a wee chance there for Rangers. Morelos was through in goal and he put the ball just wide. Sort of tried to arc the ball into the far corner and it went just wide. I'm going to the toilet. I'll be back soon. There we go, I'm back. Did I miss anything? No.
I kept an eye for you because I've got the Rangers game on as well. Yeah, nothing. Oh, Jesus. Liam Craig just totally shoved an Aki's player down for a St Johnstone throw. Well, the ball's gone out for a throw into somebody. Liam Craig went to get the ball, and Aki's number 7, Anderson's there as well. Anderson picked the ball up. Liam Craig just totally shoved him to the deck, and he got booked for it. But That was quite funny. It's just turned into that sort of game where it's a little bit feisty now. It's quite amusing just seeing everyone just shove everyone to the ground.
Adam Black, Livingston playing well. I'd say Livingston are playing all right. I mean, they've been solid enough, but it's been a case of Rangers missing chances tonight. And Rangers have had the bulk of the possession. I wouldn't say Livingston have had anything that I could point out in terms of an actual chance where they should have scored. Rangers should have had a penalty in the first half. They had a goal disallowed in the second, which was rightfully disallowed. But Livingston have a corner right here.
Corner to the Saints. St Johnstone are putting the pressure on, coming back into it. So if Accies are not careful, they may be caught off guard a wee bit.
Ooh. It's another corner to Livy. The wee chance there as the ball's whipped back in from the corner. And it goes out to the other side. And I think it was Barisic that headed it back out for another corner. And it's been swung in by Mullen.
And Easton, nah. Just more forward play by Accies. They might get a second bite at this. Cleared by the Saints defence.
Here's Ryan Kent on the ball. Plays a lovely ball forward to Aribo. And it's been put out for a Rangers corner. How is this Livy game level? Well, neither team has scored.
For God's sake. Accies, Ross Callahan just had his hands on the referee there. It's like to try and keep balance of himself for some reason. Oh, chance for St Johnstone.
Oh, it's gone wide again. Morelos with another chance he's missed.
Well, there must be about 10 minutes to go in that one. Let's see. Yeah, it says
Bolton with the header, and Morelos from point blank range heads it wide.
Rangers have 10 minutes to try and salvage getting a penalty to win the game. Can they do it?
Well, someone's been booked. I think for time wasting. Stryjek's been booked for time wasting. Someone's just tried. I think it was Nicky Devlin tried to clear the ball. He just completely fell over his own feet.
Looks like Accies are going to make a sub.
Please give me news of a St Johnstone goal soon.
Well, they are putting some pressure on them.
Yes, I did see that. I didn't find it funny at all.
Accies are really playing for time now. There's like everyone's just falling to the deck. They're all. I don't know if that's trying to protect the lead a wee bit, but like nearly every 20 seconds or so, you just see somebody on the floor for Hamilton.
Oh my God. Slavia Prague are 9-3 up.
Against?
Karlovy Vary of the Czech second tier, I think. No, it's a non-league team. Wow.
Just seen that shot there for Rangers.
Slavia. Aye, so Rangers opponents next week. 9-3 up. Another save by Strijek there. Ball put in the box. I think it was a Rebo with the shot this time. And ball's been cleared again. Livy have a throw in. See, if there's one team in the league that can beat Rangers, I think it's Livingston.
Yeah. Or Hibs. Hibs have played quite well this season against Rangers. Is it 2 draws at Easter Road?
Well,
one was 2-2. I can't remember what the other one was.
I think they won the other game at Easter Road. Oh, it's 10-3 now to Slavia Prague.
Wow. Oh, that's rubbish. Liam Craig out of the box. Just, again, more St Johnstone pressure lands to Liam Craig, where he just totally skied it into that stand behind the goal. There's that Ross Callaghan strike again on the replay.
Can Celtic or can Rangers win the league at Celtic Park? Still, if it finishes a draw, I'll have a look.
I think they can.
1-0 Watford. That's good for the coupon. Let's have a look. Scottish Premiership. So as it stands, Rangers are 22 points clear. 7 games to go. Wait, what? Wait. Don't know. Don't think it matters too much because it's the. Oh, for fuck's sake.
Oh, that's a corner. St Johnstone. Wotherspoon took a drive from the edge of the box, but deflected off. I think it might have been O'Doffin. Yeah, it was. And it's gone out for a corner. St Johnstone putting the late pressure on. They might still fancy their chances of getting something out of the game.
For Rangers. And it's 1-0.
Oh, yeah.
Morelos has finally got his act together and scored. There's a tap in, but
that was good play by Glenn Kamara. Actually, he just took it past the 2 Livy defenders. Really, keeper should have done better there.
Yeah, keeper should have done. Keeper. Oh, I think keeper was a bit unlucky. 1-0.
At least you've got a goal.
At least I've got a goal. Yeah. Kamara does ever so well there. Bit of a fighter. Kent with the sort of lame shot right at the keeper. But Morelos is there to tap home.
Oh, that's a terrible pass. Brian Easton's charging forward for Hamilton Accies here. No, it's eventually won back by St Johnstone, but that was a very, very terrible like St Johnstone just, like as I said earlier, or throughout the second half, St Johnstone just looked vulnerable at the back. He just totally, I don't know who it was, but he passed it to Brian Easton. It was just, but St Johnstone have a chance here, and it's Guy Melamed who equalises. It's 1-1.
Guy Melamed.
It's pronounced Guy. I've had that on the.
Is it?
Yeah, I've had that be reported before, so we're just sticking by what the media say. But if it's Guy or Guy, whatever, it was him who scored, I think. Yeah, 87 minutes.
Well, I'm just needing 2 goals in the Livingston Rangers game, and the Rangers win now for the bet to come in.
Hamilton are going forward. Yeah, it was a long ball. I said this as I was talking about St Johnstone essentially almost letting Hamilton in. They won it back and they just punted it long forward, and Melamed was there to finish it off. It was a nice. The keeper came running out. Should have done better.
What? That's a great result. The 87th minute, sorry, not the 89th. That's a fantastic result.
St Johnstone are really going for it.
Brilliant. No, bet's not up. I need 2.5 in the Livy Rangers game. I need over 2.5.
You just get stoppage time in a minute. 4 minutes. St Johnstone have a free kick. Liam Craig will have another chance to whip it in. Oh, that was unlucky.
They put the 2.5 as it's to specify. It's like to stop any confusion, because some people could think over 3 goals. Does that mean it's 3 or more, or is it absolutely over 3 goals? This makes things a lot easier, because a lot of people could easily get confused. So now Al McGregor's been booked for time wasting. Both goalkeepers have been booked for time wasting.
Liam Craig charging forward here for St Johnstone. Kerr floats it in. It's in the clutches of Ryan Fulton. Hopefully I'll get to see something about stoppage time here. I'm on the 89th minute with 49 seconds.
There we go.
Accies are coming forward now. They'll be wanting to get hold of their lead back in these last couple minutes. Corner to Hamilton. Oh, something's happening here. The referee's going over to book Ross Callahan for something. I didn't see exactly what it was. Might have been it was a foul. Sorry, I thought that was a corner for Hamilton, but it's a free kick to St Johnstone.
Joseph Coyle says, Gogsy, you listen to a lot of indie music. Yeah, I know. A lot of it. Because I love it. Who Mother we got on Saturday? We've got Livingston at home. So I was hoping that Livy would get something, so it'd be a bit less pressure on them having to get something against us.
Oh, good throw by Tanza. St Johnstone are in here. Melamed has a chance. No, it's blocked. And Aki's get the free kick. It's actually been... I would actually say this has actually been a fair result, to be honest. St Johnstone dominated the first half, I would say, and Aki's have dominated this half.
But both have conceded in the halves.
Yeah, it's really weird, but a draw's a fair result, actually.
Interesting stuff.
Maybe one last chance for Aki's. Cross goes in. It's defended. Callahan again. I think Callahan should get man of the match for this. He's been really good. And of course that goal as well. Late corner for Aki's. They've played 92.5 minutes.
Greg Livingston, I had 20-1 on my bet, but didn't come in. Oh well. Move on. That's full time. Livingston 0, Rangers 1.
Yeah, they're still going here. Aki's have a corner. Don't know who's on it though. It's in. Oh, good save by Xander Clark. It's back into the box. Moyo head. No. Nah, that should be that. It's in the hands of Xander Clark. Because I've got this on mute, it's so annoying because I don't know how many minutes of stoppage time there are.
Aye. Fraz has just messaged the chat saying battle for relegation really could go down to the final day.
Oh, Aki's are in again.
No.
Oh, it's a throw in.
What I'm going to do is I'm going to watch the final couple minutes here.
That should be that, I think. Yep. Full time. It's 1-1. Hamilton 1, St Johnstone 1.
Well, there we go. It's been 3 goals over the 2 games. Hamilton Accies 1, St Johnstone 1, and Livingston 0, Rangers 1, 2 goals in the 87th minute in both games. And yeah, thank you very much to my co-host Ramage for coming on tonight.
Aye, no problem.
And thanks to everyone at home for watching and staying on for a wee bit of a chat. And yeah, we'll have a brand new show coming to you guys on Saturday. I've got a podcast coming out on Friday as well, so hopefully you all enjoy that. And yeah, without further ado, I've been your host, Goggs89. You've been watching Past the Mic. I'll see you later. Drive safely.